Grief seems to have taken hold of an entire country today, the North African country of Morocco. The people are mourning the death of their king. King Hassan II died yesterday of a heart attack. He was 70 years old. He's being remembered for the deep imprint he left on his nation. But as Sheldon Howard reports, his influence went beyond.
Thousands of Moroccans poured into the streets, devastated by news of the king's death. He was the only leader many of them had known. He defined and shaped Morocco. He was our father, people said. His eldest son, Mohammed, the new king, called him one of the world's great leaders. In his almost 40-year reign, Hassan was both feared and revered, transforming himself from ruthless dictator to pragmatist and peacemaker. He survived wars and several attempts on his throne. He was an advisor to presidents and prime ministers. King Hassan was often brutal, but in the end, beloved. His death reverberated throughout the Middle East. Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat was to have spent the day talking peace. First, this get-together in Gaza with an Israeli peace group, then talks tonight with Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak. But that meeting had to be canceled because of the king's death. The Palestinian leader declared 3 days of mourning in Gaza and the West Bank. It's a big loss, Arafat said, not only for Morocco, but for the Palestinians and for Muslims and Arabs. Memories of the Moroccan king mixed with mourning among Palestinians. Hassan played a special, often unofficial role as mediator between Palestinians and Israelis. There is no peace deal between Israel and Morocco and only low-level diplomatic ties. But to former Prime Minister Shimon Peres, Hassan's part in the peace process was pivotal.
For almost 40 years, he was one of the most outstanding leaders in the Middle East, and all told, with a positive contribution. We shall remember what he did, and we shall miss his personality in the future.
Hassan's funeral is tomorrow. It will bring together Middle East peacemakers and enemies alike. Sheldon Howard, CBC News, Jerusalem.